Alrighty, guys, welcome back for our third matchup of the evening. It's going to be FOLLOWeSPORTS and Cloud9 on Mirage. My name is Mega Man. Joining me again is going to be J. Moses O'Toole, the bald head wonder himself.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that introduction.
You're welcome.
Just not going to say anything.
Nope, but it does look like we are getting into the ninth round here, so if Prius goes ahead and switches us over to the in-game, we'll be able to get this underway for you guys, but it's going to be FOLLOWeSPORTS on the CT side to get things going, and Cloud9 on the terrorist side, and we saw Cloud9 with a very dominant performance on Dust 2 earlier at a 16-1 score line over the Winter Fox squad. So we'll see whether or not FOLLOWeSPORTS fares a little bit better as their players are going to be playing with a significantly lower ping than the last matchup we saw with Winter Fox.
Yeah, both our matches have been blowout. 16-1, and what was it, first one? 16-5 or something
16-5, yeah, actually complexity taken, it's a luminosity. So we'll see whether or not Cloud9 continue to come out swinging in this matchup. It's Mirage. They get the CT side first after winning that knife round, so most likely we'll see them jump out to a pretty solid scoreline on their CT side. FOLLOWeSPORTS has had some trials and tribulations throughout this season so far, so look to see if Hades can pull them together. They've got the fragging power of Desi on their squad now, and of course, Big Daddy Ocean.
Yeah, this is a really interesting map to me for Cloud9. And actually, look at this. Right out of spawn, the call is for an A execution, an A hit. 3 members in Palace, but Cloud9, I mean, normally this site is played as a retake from the defensive side, but 3 members here setting up a crossfire, nothing in the bomb site behind the caution boxes, Skadoodle in the closet. This could be dangerous for FOLLOWeSPORTS.
They're just going to barrel on out into the site, and Shroud doing a good job distracting them over there. Skadoodle does fall, but Shroud's going to be able to find one as well as nothing. Shroud with the second one, still looking for more. He's going to get swarmed here. L's coming around the corner, but Shroud gets another one, and that's going to be Ocean. Can he get a fourth? Oh, the taser comes out, but he misses. The shot goes back over the P2000, and no worries, gets the 4K, shuts it down single-handedly, and Cloud9 take the pistol round. What a performance from Shroud in the pistol.
Yeah, Shroud just puts on a clinic there. It was like he was just deathmatching it, just AMAP with that P2000. And actually, I mean, that was cool because he's in that position that it kind of masked that defensive setup as a retake where you have that player behind the phone booth. And normally you'll see that guy get a little bit more passive, but with that crossfire setup, they lured him right into it. Now, Skadoodle gets taken out. FOLLOWeSPORTS does a good job of not falling for it, but still, Shroud back there just going nuts.
1-0, Cloud9 in the lead. Sean Garris going to be playing an aggressive angle here with the Mag 7 at the B Halls, and it looks like where the FOLLOWeSPORTS crew is gearing up to push, and we'll see this P90 in the hands of Freakazoid and the Mag 7 in the hands of Sean Garris. Here comes the push on in. Sean Garris going to go for a little bit of jumping damage. Not really going to be able to connect too much, but there's the P90. Going to be 1, 2, and 3. The spray down. Nothing's going to come in to chime in with the last 2. And Cloud9 with a relatively clean round there. Sean Garris, unfortunately, not able to get anything really going with that Mag 7, but Freakazoid there to back him up. Yeah,
it doesn't matter too much when you have Freak with that P90 around the corner. That's just another, just much like the pistol round. They had that bait setup going on, and it works out beautifully. That round, Freakazoid just mows them all down and even lives from it. Looked like he was going to get taken out with red HP by that last player, but nothing came in at the right time to save the day. And once again, no purchase whatsoever. I mean, they've upgraded their pistols, but they're not investing into the armor, so going into the 4th round, FOLLOWeSPORTS wants to have their full kit available to them.
It should be a healthy buy for him as well. You can see actually 3,000 for Desi, 3,450 for Wabbit, and he's the AWP player on their team, so expect him to pick up the big green as they move forward. They are going to be able to get in here, and oh, Shroud going for a little redemption on Skadoodle there. He actually dinks his teammate in the back. And Shroud should be able to, well, flashbang comes in. I thought Shroud for sure is going to be able to take down Wabbit. There it is. Wabbit's going to find the headshot. Sean Garris and Freakazoid cleaning up the final 2. And I was really, really hoping Shroud would TK Skadoodle after what happened to him on Dust 2.
Oh, the sniper thing?
Yeah.
That was, no, that was Skadoodle taking out Shroud that round. You got the wrong people here.
No, it flip-flops. Shroud actually dinked Skadoodle that round from Ticket Booth.
Ah, gotcha, okay.
Yeah, so I was hoping for a little vengeance.
Why would you hope such a thing? At least have him get revenge on Skadoodle, the man who caused everything, but
that's who he shot.
Now, with Wabbit picking up this AWP, I mean, they know there's no investment in armor in those first 2 rounds, so I mean, Skadoodle upgrades to that AWP. He knows they're going to have this gun out, so there's no saving of the weapon. Only Freakazoid really with the P90. And look at the aggression in Halls. That's Skadoodle with the angle, with the AWP. It's such a heavy A presence from Cloud9. 4 members over here. They've taken all attention away from mid. They're just committed to this A defense.
So 4 players from C9 kind of turtled up in here. Freakazoid Hold connector down just in case there's anybody that encroaches on that area. It's going to be Desi in the apartment or the palace always. Here comes the push here from Follow Esports, and they're just going to walk into the blender here. Shroud's going to find the first one. There's a answer back. It's Skadoodle from Ticket Booth. Going to be able to find one. Desi swings. Not going to be able to find anything just yet. They still need to smoke down in the CT spawn to cordon off that area, but Hades in mid finds the lurking Sean Garris, and that's a good pick. So it's going to be a man advantage here for Follow Esports as that bomb gets planted. Smoke comes in to cover that area, but Desi's still in a pretty solid position here to take down Skadoodle if he does get too peaky. He's going to hop on up there, but Skadoodle finds Wabbit, now inching his way up into the site. They still got to worry about Hades on this big flank around in mid, and Skadoodle's just going to hop on the bomb. Can he find Desi? Yes, he can. Going to be able to pick up another frag there, but still Hades. Ooh, does he not spot him? He's over in connector, so I guess he doesn't actually spot him just yet, and there you go. Skadoodle going to back on off here. 3K for him on the round, but Follow Esports get their first round on the board, and it comes in a gun round, but at what cost?
Yeah, that's a huge round, especially with the defense that Cloud9 had committed to that bomb site. Yeah, Hades was just kind of the ultimate insurance policy, you know, lurking in that connector there. I actually thought Skadoodle, I think he made a footstep when he tapped the bomb. I don't know if Hades actually heard that or if he was just, you know, taking the gamble with not peeking whatsoever. But either way, Follow Esports get their first round on the board. That's a nice win. But now look at this from Cloud9. Double up setup. Either way, if they lose this round, they're going to be forced to save. So they figure, why not make the investment into 2 AWPs? Skadoodle is going to have his over towards the B bomb site. This allows them to have 4 defenders over at the A site once again. Just a heavy stack defense over there.
This time the bomb is actually favoring that B halls or that mid push, and they're actually going to pop a flash out that way, and the bomb's retreating back towards Terra's spawn, so this could get dicey here for Follow Esports. Hades at the point on a ramp, and we're going to see again Desi's going to be up there in the halls. Still trying to find something. He's got a smoke primed. Going to go ahead and drop that out on top of the balcony to give himself a little bit of breathing room, but it actually falls off balcony, so that's going to fall by default. So Shroud is going to have a little bit of clairvoyance here behind this smoke. And we'll see how he decides to dissect this situation, how he decides to play behind this. As you can see, they're gearing up for this A-hit.
Yeah, and Shroud's the only one under the balcony. He's the only one really committed into the site. The rest of these players, you know, Freakazoid, Sean, and Nothing, they're all in positions that are going to get smoked off. So Shroud's going to be very, very isolated when this hit comes in, and here it comes. He's got to make a big play, but there's Sean. Grabs the first one. Smoke had a proof play, yet Shroud and Sean just combining 3-4 quick kills, and Shroud just ends it. Great defense from him. Big plays.
Yeah, beautiful hold there from Shroudy underneath of the balcony. Sean Garris with the backup, and a couple of picks going the C9 way. I don't think they actually got a kill on the Follow Esports side that round, but there's that defense, and obviously Shroud doing a great job. 3 headshots for him that round, 2 off frags for Sean Garris, and another lockdown, so that resets the money here on the Follow Esports side. No bomb plant, no extra cheddar in the bank, and this, well, could actually be a double eco. You can see a couple of the players are really, really low on money. 1,400 for Wabbit. They don't actually go for much investment except for a couple of P250s.
Yeah, more than likely a double eco unless they get a plant here on this round, and that's all they're going for. But they only have 1 flashbang to make it work. 2 members in the B side. Sean's playing a little bit closer towards Catwalk, but Freak is always going to have a good spot on this as long as he doesn't get blind. And here comes the flashbang. He doesn't see it. He gets full blind. He's got to fall away. Now they've got a little bit of a jump on him, but he takes out that first one. And here they come streaming off balcony, but Sean's there for the backup. Bomb's being planted, but Nothing on the quick rotation is going to take that one out.
And again, another stalwart defense at that B-bomb site. Freakazoid. Sean Garris is really coming alive with this AWP in his hands. He's going to have a P90 now, so...
Yeah, he had that one last round.
Did he have that last round? Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that they had the double op in that 4th round, and he's the one that fell. So they actually didn't salvage that for him.
Gotcha. So. Okay. Well, there's that double eco that we were talking about. Follow Esports going to be on pistols again. A couple of Desert Eagles this time, so they go a little heavier on their investment as they do have a little bit of breathing room. But Hades aggressive on Cat. He's already pushed up Freakazoid right around the corner, and he's going to spot him out. And he had his knife out there, but nothing. Nice headshot onto Hades. That's going to be a very aggressive player in that mid area. And that nade, though, is going to find some serious damage on him. Oh, my God. Nothing with the double nade. L's going to be able to find the saving grace in a headshot. And he finds Nothing as well. A couple of 1Ds from him. And a third. Wow, L's really bringing it to them this round with the Desert Eagle. He does have a M4 in hand. Shroud around the corner. And he's going to spot him, and L's not going to be able to get that kill. If he would have gotten that, that would have put himself into a pretty solid position to try to clutch that round out. But unfortunately, Shroud's going to get the better of him. 6-1 now for Cloud9.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that was good damage dealt, but this economy for Cloud9 is just so strong at the moment. I mean, they rebuy, and they still have over $5,000 left, except for Sean invest back into that AWP. So back to a double op setup. And both ops, one's going to head towards the middle. That's going to be Skadoodle. Sean taking it over towards that B bomb site. This is a little bit more default. We saw Cloud9, they had a heavy lean towards the A defense throughout the early stages of this half, but now they've spread it out into a little bit more of a standard setup.
And next you can see Wabbit's going to have the AWP in hand once again. Freakazoid aggressive on Catwalk. They've got Skadoodle, or pardon me, yeah, that's Skadoodle playing up in the window room. It's a little nade damage, but not going to be too big of a deal moving forward here. He's spotting out for Desi. There's the off from Wabbit. He's going to find the leg shot there onto Freakazoid, and Freakazoid's going to walk right into Desi. And that's an easy frag for Desi. So now we do see that man advantage going the way of Follow Esports. And this is really kind of the first time that we've seen this in this matchup, them taking that early advantage.
And Sean's got this AWP. He's over towards Catwalk. He's now in the ladder room, and it's a tough spot for an op. He's got to find an angle, get a quick kill, and I mean, if they are actually aggressive up towards him, that's going to be a hard weapon to get multi-kill with. And being a man down, he's not swinging out whatsoever. There's a lot of mid-range. Follow Esports, and there it is, the falling shot. And now he spots the op one more time in the corner. And now it's Follow Esports just really isolated at the moment, but Els gets a falling shot at the Sean. He creeps through the murder hole, gets eliminated.
Beautiful shot from Skadoodle. The flick of the wrist right there on the Wabbit up there, up by Chair in the top side of mid. Gonna find a nice shot, finds the second one. Nothing gonna get in on the action, as well as Shroud. 7-1 now for Cloud9. Even though they lost Sean Garris and Freakazoid, they've got all the money that they need to drop those players again. And Shroud off and rolling, 12-2.
Yeah, he's just a beast at the moment. He's just going nuts. Between that pistol round and the round where he was isolated underneath the balcony, he's just been tapping heads off. So huge presence to have on defense for Cloud9 right now.
And again, we see that AWP in the hands of Skadoodle. He is just so dominant with that weapon, holding down that mid corridor. But this time he's going to be over by Ticket Booth again, and that's where that hit is going to be coming from Follow Esports. They send the lurk out. That's going to be Desi over towards the B halls to try to find something. But look at this aggression from Freakazoid. He's playing up behind this smoke. Drops the second one just for reassurance. And Desi right on the other side. If he pushes through this, this is just suicide from him. But the rest of the team for Follow Esports all geared up for this A hit. You can actually see Hades working his way through the palace hallways. It is smoked off, though.
Yeah, no hit quite yet. There's Desi with an opening kill over towards the B bomb site. This is just a distraction, though, and it's going to pull one rotation. Nothing's starting to cheat over, and that's exactly what Follow Esports want. They're going to come up this A ramp. Shroud, he hasn't spotted him quite yet. Wabbit gets out, but Shroud recovers in time, gets a nice headshot before getting traded off. But there goes Skadoodle as well, and all of a sudden the A bomb site is open. Desi's still wreaking havoc on the other side of the map. So this round is all but crumbled for Cloud9. It's only nothing. He's got to take on 4 members of Follow Esports.
He's going to tap Hades down relatively low. Flashbang comes out around the corner. He's going to drop a Molotov right to Ocean. Ocean intelligently hopping up on top of the boxes, but now he's got to worry about these two players coming from behind, and only hits the leg shot onto Desi. And Follow Esports on the board again. They're going to find their second round here.
Yeah, well, now they've got to avoid the danger of what they experienced earlier in the half and get that money reset. They can't let that happen here, else this could just continue to snowball in the way of Cloud9. But hey, they finally gotten the economy of Cloud9 down to a point where they can break it, and they can start closing the gap on the scoreline. But still, an op in Skadoodle's hands. He's going to head once more over towards mid, and this looks to be a heavy mid presence. Nothing and Freakazoid both coming. They're going to jump out the window. Skadoodle's going to be there to cover him, and they're going to basically get mid control for free. No one from Follow Esports even there to spot it whatsoever, so that's going to be a dangerous situation for the terrorists moving forward.
Absolutely, especially with that bomb and terrorist spawn, and they've already got one player that's pushed up. Shroud's going to find Desi early in the round onto A ramp, and it's kind of a ruse again, but Skadoodle finds Wabbit. That A lurk is down and out, and now they've got no map control to work with whatsoever on the Follow Esports side. Hades aggressive in halls, but what can he really do here? That bomb's going to join up with Els in mid, as it is going to be on the back of Ocean, who now drops it back down. Really tough spot, but a nice, well-placed nade is going to find Freakazoid. The combination kill there, but Sean Garris in the backside of this B bomb site. He's playing in the little nook here, so if they do decide to push in, they're going to be distracted by nothing on Catwalk, and Sean Garris should be able to capitalize with some nice frags from this position.
Yeah, those two members just going up the A bomb site, I mean, they didn't really accomplish much whatsoever. They just get eliminated, so a very, very weak fake thrown out early on by Follow Esports. They brought it back, but this is a long-range crossfire set up by Sean and nothing, so this could just be a blunder that Follow Esports is going to fall into. They do have some utility to try and clear this out, try and find a plant, but there it is. The footsteps given up. They go in dry. Sean grabs the first one, swings out a little bit wide, but he does grab 2. So now it's just nothing, and Ocean's the only one left, and 1-on-2. This looks like he's going to be able to get this bomb planted, but he chooses not to. He swings out wide to try and catch someone jumping out a window, but Shroud, he's just on fire. He's going to come through anyways and grab his second.
No fear at all from Shroud, just barreling on through the window. Doesn't even wait for Skadoodle to get into a better position or anything like that. Just takes the battle right to Ocean and eliminates him. He's 15-3 right now, carrying the weight of his team right now. Nothing is behind him with 9-5, but when your man's on fire, you let your man do what he can.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ocean didn't just go for the plant there and just try and win it in the post plant, at least get a hitter. But this is the thing. Now the economy got reset. Nothing jumps across. He might be expecting this as a full save, but Hades has an AK-47, so it's a little bit of a forced buy. There's 2 Tech-9, still a pretty solid buy for FOLLOWeSPORTS, but they've got to make something happen, and that's a nice play from Desi. Catches Freakazoid a little bit not prepared for that kind of a play. Now he's going to look towards Catwalk, and he's going to eliminate Sean as well, so Desi doing some work here. Now they've just got nothing. He's being aggressive on the rotate, comes out of market. Can he win that battle? He does. He finally ends the tear of Desi. It's still so much time on the clock, and he actually evens things up as well. Big-time plays from nothing.
They didn't even move the bomb in with Desi's opening picks in that area, and now that bomb's got to work its way all the way back around through T-spawn, and they've got so much time on the CT side to rotate in. Because he's shrouded over by Ticket Booth, he's going to hop up, but a nice flick shot from Wabbit's going to eliminate him with that Tech-9. They are going to be able to get this bomb working all the way up in. A nice nade return from Skadoodle, but Skadoodle gets flanked out. Hades coming through window room is going to find that lurk kill, and it's all down to nothing with only 12 HP. Gets another nice shot. Wabbit down and out. What can he do here? He's got to ace it to win it. An Ocean behind the bomb site right now. He doesn't realize that Hades has actually worked his way around through CT. That's a good Molotov. Dinks him up. Oh, hits the double dink. He's burning him alive, but Ocean swings, and Big Daddy O Dig takes him down.
Yeah, those kills from Desi, even though that things get evened up pretty quickly after that, they happen so fast that it just throws the rotations for Cloud9 into mayhem. I mean, they had, you know, the situation where they're just trying to transfer over there, but then they realize that the actual hit is not going to come to that bomb site, and that allowed, you know, players from FOLLOWeSPORTS to get pushed up towards the window into mid and flank around into CT spawn. So a nice round from FOLLOWeSPORTS off the back of Desi's opening plays.
So again, Hades actually going to have the AWP early in that round, playing off of spawns. He's going to be able to find the opening frag. The flashbang comes around. Ocean completely blinded, but they're trying to push up. Ocean's going to find one, still looking for another one. He might get taken out here. No, actually, the reload comes in and nothing falls. Freakazoid falls as well. Hades bailing out his teammate, and it's all on Sean Garrison, a 1v a lot. So this should be FOLLOWeSPORTS' 4th round on the board as they're bringing this one back a little bit better into contention here.
Yeah, I mean, they've closed the gap, and that's kind of the thing. Now that they've broken the money of Cloud9, they have a couple, not free rounds, but just they have a huge advantage in terms of their firepower, so they can close this gap just a little bit, and actually Cloud9 might, I mean, this is, I'd expect them to force buy here, but they might choose to save depending on how important they deem the AWPs. And apparently it's not as important as just buying up here and trying to get back on the winning track. It's all M4s and 2 FAMASs for Cloud9.
So we're going to see the force up here from Cloud9. Like you said, 2 FAMASs and 3 M4 A4s. Obviously, they're favoring the A4 well superior to that A1S. But again, we're going to see them try to lurk their way up this A ramp. Desi's going to get dinked down. He's extremely low. The push is going to be all the way over at the B bomb site as that bomb is working its way through the halls right now. And this is all on Sean Garris to hold by his lonesome as he has no help whatsoever in this area. And it's going to be a very difficult hold for him. Does drop the Molotov to sedate them back into those B halls just a little while longer. And maybe call in for the cavalry, as this is going to be a big fake coming out from the FOLLOWeSPORTS side. A lot of damage being done to Hades and Desi, though, over in this A bomb site.
Yeah, and if nothing actually decides to get aggressive here, this could get sniffed out pretty early. He's going to push up. Are they going to clear it? Doesn't even look like they want to commit, and now the call is made. Now nothing knows it's a fake, so no one's left. Sean's still here. He's ready for it. And also the teammate, the rotation. Freakazoid is there with him. Sean falls very quickly. All on Freakazoid now. Transfers over to Drunk. He sprays the one down, but it's not enough. He gets traded off. Good hit from FOLLOWeSPORTS. They've taken the B bomb site. The bomb isn't planted yet. But still, rotations are so far away. Not too much for Skadoodle and nothing to do. Even though nothing does take out Hades lurking over in mid.
Yeah, at this point, just grab the AK and save the AWP in the AK. So this looks like it will be a 5th round on the board for FOLLOWeSPORTS. So they're right back into this one. Cloud9 does have 8 rounds, so they do win the half. But FOLLOWeSPORTS, if they can make this close, 8-7, 9-6, it's going to put them in a pretty good spot going into the second half. They got to feel a little bit comfortable and confident after that.
Yeah, well, I mentioned earlier that this was kind of an interesting map to me for Cloud9 because there was a point. Hold that thought as nothing tries to run away. They're trying to save their weapons, but they're getting hunted down. That's Elsa. He's going to throw a pop flash, and blinds one, but he doesn't get it anyways. Nothing just eliminates him before any more damage can be dealt. But it's interesting to me because there was a point where Cloud9 readily admitted, you know, when their Inferno was struggling, they said we either have to get better on Inferno or we have to get better on Inferno, or we have to figure out Mirage. We need another map in our map pool. And it seemed like they chose Mirage because they actually had, I forget who they beat on it, but they had a pretty good win on Mirage over a solid team. And then they've gone away from it ever since. So I'm very curious to see moving forward, you know, if this is a map they're going to attempt to improve on.
Well, we certainly know that their notable win wasn't against TSM after that stomping that they got the other month. I can't remember what team it was that they actually played against on Mirage that they were successful on. But it is going to be a bit of a force buy again from them. But ESEA is going to be able to open things up. Shroudy down and out. Skadoodle up there on top. And they're going to be able to find nothing as well. Wabbit running on into the site. They still haven't spotted Skadoodle up in this smoke. And this is a prime position. Nobody's watching this. He could creep out and pick up a couple of them. This is a great spot for Skadoodle. Again, lurking in plain sight. He's going to be able to find Ocean. Swings out, but he gets taken down. Desi going to swing on him. And that leaves Sean Garris by ticket booth all by his lonesome.
Well, chat has a good memory, and they remind us that it was Fnatic that Cloud9 beat on this map. So that's not a bad win whatsoever. Fnatic really good on this map, obviously. But Sean, it's unfortunate he doesn't have a kit. Could go for a little bit of a ninja, but Wabbit's still here, the lone protector, just playing it safe for his team. And they're both going to get away. Sean's going to be able to salvage this Falmouth, but these last 4 rounds all going, or the last 3 rounds all going in the way of FOLLOWeSPORTS. So this is a really good adjustment they made here at the end of the half to close the gap.
That was actually 4 in a row for them, so they do pick up 4. They were down 8-2 at one point, but 8-6 now. And this half looking pretty good for FOLLOWeSPORTS, like we were talking about. If they can continue to capitalize on these round wins and make this very close half, which they already have at this point, getting over onto the CT side, getting a pistol round victory is going to put them into a really good position moving forward here. So we'll see whether or not they can continue this, as we do see another force buy here from Cloud9 as Sean Garris whiffs the knife onto the shutter there outside of the B hall. But really, FOLLOWeSPORTS picking up the pace. There's little bait and switch. The fakes that they've been throwing out have been working really, really well, especially with Desi in these B halls. And there's a nice grenade. That's going to do a lot of damage to Hades. Takes him down to 79. But again, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of exercise in mid-control here for the terrorist side of FOLLOWeSPORTS.
Yeah, and once again, Cloud9 has just picked a bomb site to put heavy defensive pressure. Desi gets caught jumping. Freakazoid takes him out, but there's 3 members over towards the B bomb site. FOLLOWeSPORTS, they have the bomb still in T spawn, so they were planning on rotating back towards A. It's going to be a 4-man hit over to that site now that all the map control on the other side of the map is eliminated. And Cloud9 with 3 members still at B and nothing over in middle. They don't have a good read on this quite yet. They don't have a defense set up. Now Wabbit's grabbed the angle for Shroud over at phone booth, and he's just going to isolate him there.
So the hit's going to come in towards A. They're clearing all of their angles. Shroud hits a nice return nade, going to find some good damage onto ESEA. And ESEA's going to get taken down by a nice shot from Freakazoid, who picks up his second on the round. And now they haven't gotten into the bomb site, and ESEA's going to get Freakazoid got a nice angle onto Wabbit. Wabbit's going to be able to find that frag anyway. Now they're going for the bomb plant in Ocean. He's getting spammed down extremely low, but he does get the plant off. Molotov to follow, but that's going to... I thought it was going to catch the edge of that smoke, but it does go down. The smoke into CT spawn, and now the action heating up. Shroud with the combined damage. Skadoodle's going to be able to find one, finds the second one, and that's going to be the round there as Cloud9 pick up their 9th.
That was actually a huge goof by FOLLOWeSPORTS. They had a good advantage on that bomb site, and they had 2 smokes when they went to take it, but they didn't use it to smoke off jungle, to smoke off connector or stairs or anything like that. They used it to get the bomb planted in the bomb site, but they had 1 more that they could have utilized, and instead they had to take some fights as they crossed into the site, and they lost a player, had a lot of damage dealt to another one. So, I mean, just not using their utility to take the bomb site at the end of that round really cost them.
But you got to admit, Moses, this is a bit closer of a half than we really kind of predicted it would be.
Yeah.
I wasn't anticipating FOLLOWeSPORTS picking up 6 rounds, especially after the rocky start that they were off to at the beginning of this match.
Yeah, just once they really broke the economy, it was some good stuff. I mean, Desi just had some big plays at crucial moments. He didn't have a great half overall. It was just, on those crucial rounds when they're on the verge of breaking the money of Cloud9, he made some plays, got some entries over at B, and some of those fakes in the middle portion of the half really worked out for him. And that's a good adjustment, because FOLLOWeSPORTS was finding out that their just hits on bomb sites weren't really working. That's not what was going to win them the half, so they make the change. And it was a good change, obviously.
So again, 9-6, Cloud9 now on the terrorist side. We'll see if they can capitalize with the second half pistol round victory. They won the first half pistol off of the back of Shroud's big 4K over there by Ticket Booth. You can see Desi 13-11, so he didn't really have too bad of a half frag-wise either. But like you said, the impact of a lot of his kills came in the rounds that Follow Esports won. So we do see a little bit of aggression coming into the B halls here from the terrorist side. They drop a lot of decoys in the backside of that B bomb site, maybe to try to force them into thinking that this is a bit of a fake, but they're just going to barrel on in, and Freakazoid, the entry king, going to find the first two, and he's got the bomb on his back, so that's a free plant. And now it's going to be all in that rotation from Follow Esports. What do they have? They've got two players coming from Cat, one from Market, and just barely missing that shot is going to be Sean Garris, who does chip a little bit of health down, but Skadoodle's holding an angle. Desi with the one tap, but Desi going to find a second one? Can he get a third? And there it is. Wabbit's going to find another one, but it's going to be a 1v2, and both players sitting up there in the halls. And Wabbit trying to do everything that he can. He doesn't really know what angle, and they're just going to play the bait here as nothing. Going to go ahead and barrel on out of the window. And there it is. Shroud cleans it up. 10-6 now for Cloud9 as they get both of the pistol rounds in this matchup.
That started to scare me when 3 straight kills went the way of Follow Esports. If Cloud9 loses a 5-on-2 retake, that would have just been heartbreaking, but they do swing it out in the end. So that's the pistol round, 10-6 now. And in the first half when Follow Esports, that's both pistol rounds lost for Follow Esports, by the way, but in the first half they upgraded pistols, but they didn't invest in any armor. This time Hades picks up some light armor and a deagle, but he's the only one to really put a big investment into this round.
Yeah, and he's kind of low as far as frag count is going, so he's hoping to get a couple of tender 1-digs here, but right now, as it looks, it's just going to be some mid-control. Something that Follow Esports didn't really exercise too much in their match, or in the first half of this matchup on their CT side, or terrorist side, pardon me, was getting over and getting that mid-control. And you can see Hades, there it is. He's going to be able to find the first one with the complimentary assist from Ocean. Elsa trying to work his way through the window room right now, and Freakazoid's going to be able to find one, looking for a second one. He's going to be able to get it as well. Freakazoid getting chipped down, and he still hasn't gone down, but Hades does fall as well. Finally, Desi goes down, so it's going to be all on Papa Odig to try to make something happen here. He has salvaged an AK, so he's just looking to hang on to that for the next round.
That's actually a pretty good find, and I would imagine that Nothing at least is going to be very aggressive in hunting this down. Not too committed to it, just kind of probing around Catwalk, but Sean, on the other hand, with low HP, I mean, these are the two Mac 10s, is why I say that, because they're the ones that, if they lose a Mac 10, it's not a huge deal, and they definitely don't want Ocean to keep this into the next round. We've seen it be heartbreaking. Actually, Sean might find it from behind, but Ocean recovers just in time to spare himself. So that's going to be a good save, although he's not out of the clear yet. Freakazoid, with 1 HP, is going to go for it, and he does grab the AK-47, so that's nicely done from Freak, coming in at the last second despite low health.
Yeah, and another 3 kills for him that round. He's at 14-11 right now. Shroud still leading the way, followed by Nothing, and then Desi right there in the mix as well at the top spot. So 11-6 going to be your scoreline. A very light investment in HE and a couple of flashes here. Some 5.7s being, or 1.57, a couple of P250s being purchased here from Follow Esports. So we'll see where they decide to go, and it looks like it's going to be heavy and mid. So you can see that nade goes out. Sean Garris going to eat that one to the face. Down to 67. Well-placed nade there. 33 damage from that one, but it's a pretty quick A strategy coming out from the Cloud9 side, and they're already moving their way in. And Ocean trying to find that pistol work, and Freakazoid around the corner. Rabbit's going to sweep him under the rug, and this is a little bit scary now for Cloud9. Skadoodle's going to find the Desert Eagle headshot, and through the smoke, Shroud going to find another one as well. So a little bit of terror at the beginning of this round, but it's kind of been sedated here by the Cloud9 side. But Elsa, another nice shot around the edge of that smoke, finds Shroud. Skadoodle there chiming in as well. So back and forth. Oh, the one tap. And Nothing going to clean things up. Gets that extra ching in the bank. And Cloud9 do execute their anti-eco round. Something that they've struggled with in the past, but they do it well against Follow Esports.
Yeah, this is the big round here now, because Wabbit's brought out that AWP. Skadoodle's got one on the terror side as well. Nothing looks like he's, for the moment, still sick. Nope, need upgrades, just as I'm about to say it, but spread out to open up this round. 2 members over towards A just to watch for any kind of aggression. 3 players towards B and mid just to watch for any pushes. So this is, you know, much unlike the Dust 2 match we saw, which was just a stomping by Cloud9, just rushing everything. They slow things down, they spread out. Shroud putting a little bit of pressure on B early. But look at this mid-control from Follow Esports. A lot of faith in Wabbit to hold that angle, because Elsa has his back completely turned to it, fully exposed. But 3 members really from Follow Esports putting emphasis on middle.
Yeah, and Wabbit is in a good position here. He might come under fire from, who is that? That is actually Freakazoid over there just patiently waiting at the top side of middle for a peek or teammates to join him as they might go for a little bit of a bait and switch here. But like you said, they do have the aggression there. But Wabbit's going to capitalize. He finds the first one. Skadoodle's going to be following out. But Elsa's still with his back turned. And Skadoodle not going to be able to hit the shot, but nothing is there. Finds Wabbit, takes the AWP out of the hands of the CT side, and he's just going to work his way up connector really quickly. And look at this. Now the push is on, but the rotation is already over here in this A bomb site. They've got Hades at ticket booth as well as Desi from CT. And they've got one already in jungle, but he's smoked off. That's going to be Elsa trying to make a play in this area, joined by Ocean as well. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 brawl in this A bomb site.
Yeah, and initially it goes the way of Cloud9, but it's immediately traded, so down to a 3-on-3, and no more utility left for Cloud9. They've got to get this bomb planted before the smoke and CT spawn clears. Sean watching for Desi to jump up. He doesn't spot him through the smoke, but there's Skadoodle. He grabs him. Nothing also one more. Quickly down to just Ocean in a 1-on-2. With that pop flash up, he's going to try and make a peek, but Sean's just toying with him, just trying to hold him back, delay things, give Skadoodle an angle at the range with the AWP. Still trying to make his way to the site, and Sean and Skadoodle are eventually just going to clean him out. Really well played by Cloud9 in that 2v1.
And again, we're going to see Cloud9 extend their lead. They're up now by 7 rounds. 13-6 is the scoreline, and that's going to reset the money again for the FOLLOWeSPORTS squad. So they're going to be on some pistols here. Maybe trying to play for... well, they're going to go for the next round buy. They're not going to go heavy investment at all. Ocean does have a smoke. See where he decides to go with that. Maybe just smoke off the B halls to keep him honest in that direction. But it's a fast mid presence here from the terrorist side of Cloud9. And a little bit of team nade going out there, I believe. I'm not sure who threw that, but nothing. And Sean Garris are relatively injured at that point because of that. But here it is, already up connector. Hades going to go down. Freakazoid the entry again. Going to find that avenue in there, but he's going to get flanked out here from the window room, and Desi and Elsa are going to be able to find a couple of frags themselves. So right back on their heads is Cloud9.
Yeah, Shroud and... I mean, this is pretty split up as well. Shroud and Skadoodle are in middle, a little bit farther away, but Sean's all alone at the bottom of the A ramp. And they're just pausing right now. I mean, they know they're at a disadvantage. They're just waiting to see if anyone from FOLLOWeSPORTS is going to give a kill right back to them by being aggressive, trying to find any kind of intel, but this is a situation now where everything's got quiet, where they might not want to execute. They're going to throw some nades. Shroud throws a smoke up towards CT spawn to get someone to peek, but nothing's coming from it, and he muffs his nade a little bit. But this is going to have to be a very well-executed pinch from Sean and the 2 players in mid.
That looks like exactly what they want to do, but Desi has an AK, and he's working his way around window, but unfortunately he's going to get there a little bit too late. They do manage to spot one out, and that's going to be Ocean there on catwalk, but now Desi makes his move. He's going to go ahead and push on out, but Shroud going to be able to find Wabbit. That's going to open things up towards A, and Desi, he's not going to be able to make it happen. The aim punch too much. Skadoodle finds Els. Shroud takes down Desi, and that's going to be Ocean coming around. He does manage to pick up a rifle, but Shroud over by ticket booth is going to be looking for him. And that's going to be Ocean trying to hold on to an AK for the second time in this half. See whether or not he can make it happen. As that bankroll on the terrorist side, it's not that great, so the hunt isn't really on in full force. But Ocean all the way over in the B hall is trying to hold on to this AK. But it will be 14-6 as Cloud9 go up to tie point.
Yeah, and that Molotov from Sean just really did it there. And that's just patient play coming up, making sure you're using your utility there at the end. That's the way they got back into it. It puts Wabbit in a really bad spot where he's just burning alive, and he gets picked off from someone coming up from middle, and that breaks up a crossfire. I mean, they had... Oh, Shroud just cleans out Ocean right at the end as well. Another good find. Ocean, no luck saving these guns. It's the second time it's happened to him at the last second, but... that was a pretty good stat with 1 player in the site, 1 player on their balcony, where they can just swing together and find a kill, but that one Molotov ruins everything.
And again, like you said, a great job across the board for them, and we're going to see another round come under fire here, as it is going to be another buy-up for FOLLOWeSPORTS. They are at a heavy disadvantage now, 8 rounds the difference. But it's going to be M4s, and Wabbit once again going to have the AWP in hand. He's aggressive here in halls, and unfortunately not going to hit the shot onto the player that was up in there. I believe that was actually nothing that was up in the halls, yeah. So a little bit of costly error right there, as Wabbit going to muff the shot. Still looking for something over in this A bomb site. They've got 2 players lurking over in the Palace Halls. One's fallen back now. They do have Sean Garris pushing up relatively aggressive here. They do have 1 player underneath the balcony. That's Hades. 1 player playing from ticket booth. That's going to be Wabbit. And they're trying to hang on to this A bomb site. They do have 1 player peeking out towards mid. That was Desi. But it's really, if they hit towards the B bomb site, it's all on Ocean. But they're bringing that bomb plus 2 players over towards mid to try to execute that mid control. And they've had a lot of success with that so far, Cloud9. In this matchup, those hits coming in towards the connector side. Looks like they want to go for a boost this round, though. Switching things up here on the terrorist side.
struggling with it a little bit. Shroud's in a good spot on this rooftop to watch for any kind of catwalk aggression. And he'll be able to jump into window anytime he pleases if they choose to execute up to connector. But 30 seconds left, that's really the only option that's open to him. So they're really running down the clock, and they're just going to go up catwalk. Sean's over in the palace just lurking, but this is going to have to be a very quick hit. And as the smoke fades, Nessie found a corner, and he executes Shroud, and now he drops a second out of nothing, and a third kill as well. Nessie from the window just destroying all the plans of Cloud9. They run the clock down, and they get punished for it.
And it's all going to be on Freakazoid. Desi still up here in window looking for the quad on the round, and he's going to get it. So Desi stepping up big this round, and the saving grace for Follow Esports as he rattles off 4 more kills. He's 9 kills ahead of the next teammate. He's 20 and 16, second only to Shroud at 22 and 11. So Desi really pulling his weight here for Follow Esports, and a lot of these rounds that they've won, even on their terrorist side, came on the back of big plays from Desi.
Yeah, he's put together a pretty solid match right now, just kind of carrying them to these 7 rounds they have. But they have a long, long way to go. This is going to be a save from Cloud9. They do have a lot of money on 3 of their members, actually, over 4,000, but just 2 members just so low they wouldn't even be able to force buy some pistols. So they're going to pray that Shroud with his deagle or Skadoodle with his deagle can make something happen, grab him a really nice 1 deag to open things up. But the presence in the B hall has been spotted out by Follow Esports, and they've rotated a 3rd player over here, so that plan is no longer available to Cloud9.
Yeah, it's been thwarted a little bit in this situation, and the AWP coming off Cat's going to find nothing. So Wabbit getting aggressive. He's going to take a jump peek there, and Freakazoid's going to find a little bit of damage. They do have 1 player pushing up. Oh, that nade! Serious damage there. And look at this. They're very passive on A. They're just going to push on in towards jungle. And there it is. The AWP. Oh, man. The AWP's just paying off big time for him. Hades going to find the double, and Wabbit, well, I don't know what he was running through there at the end. I think a little Molotov action there dropped him to 14. That got a little scary for him there, but they are going to be able to pick up that anti-eco round and at least get 8 rounds on the board now. So 6 the difference. Cloud9 still on top, and it will be another buy round.
Back in Skadoodle's hands. He's going to take that over towards these B halls, probably try and grab that angle to see if anyone's going to go jump spotting and just see if he can grab a lucky shot. Or not even a lucky shot, that's a... Just see if he can make it work. Oh, and he does find it. Ocean, he tries to spam through the smoke, but there's a crack in the bottom of it. Skadoodle punishes him. That's a good opening find for Cloud9. Now they've got to worry about Wabbit with his own AWP has pushed all the way up middle. So he can cut this off, and if Cloud9 tries to fall back, he may be able to equalize, but he's got to be very careful of his underpass. Now he's in a very uncomfortable position as Hades has fallen away. He has no one to back him up. He's just alone out here in mid. He's got to find a way to fall back.
Either that or push forward. Obviously, he doesn't realize that pushing forward will yield him a lot of map control, and this is going to be on Elsa, and he's not going to get anything. Freakazoid going to rain down from the heavens. Hades is there, though. Desi as well. And they're going to find a pair of frags themselves, so they are equalized back to 3-on-3, but that nade going to swing that advantage back towards the Cloud9 side. Wabbit, though, on Cat, finds a nice shot onto Freakazoid. And Desi very, very low right now. Sean Garris in the sight. Skadoodle watching like a hawk here for this push from Wabbit. Wabbit's going to come on around the corner. And there it is. The AWP shot goes out. Sean's going to get mollied out of the sight. And it actually gets dinked by that Molotov, but Sean Garrett's going to be able to clean that one up. 15-8 now on match point is Cloud9. So a pretty good recovery from Follow Esports in that round. Unfortunately, they fall flat in the long run.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They get that opening pick from Skadoodle, and they just wait in those B tunnels. They make it feel like they've fallen back, and it's kind of surprising that Follow Esports rotated some pressure away from that bomb site, because Wabbit was pushed up in middle. He knows they can't fall back. So, just very, very curious. Either way, nice punish by Cloud9 there.
I would have liked to see Wabbit get a little more aggressive in mid. Obviously, he was just holding the angle in the corner there. He's going to go for that mid control again, but it's going to be an A hit ultimately here from the Cloud9 side, and this is really Hades territory. He's going to have to come up huge for him. That nade's going to do a lot of damage to him, as you can see. Spots out a couple. Desi's going to be able to clean up one, cleans up the second one, still looking for more. Hades going to be able to find a nice shot onto Sean Garris. That's the trade they were looking for. Skadoodle's going to be able to find the shot onto Elsa. And now it's Hades, flubs the flashbang. Not going to do too terribly much in that position, but it's going to be a 2-on-3. Throws the smoke out. He's got a little wiggle room to work with, but Wabbit's going to win the off-on-off battle, and Hades peeking from Ticket Booth does manage to execute nothing, so they stay alive in this one and do manage to pick up their 9th round. That's going to be an auto-sniper salvaged on the back of Hades.
So we figured it out. Follow Esports, if they want to win, Desi just needs to get like the first 2 kills of every round. Every time he opens the round up for Follow Esports, they end up winning it. He gets 2 kills. Either way, there's Cloud9 trying to switch up the pace, trying to catch Follow Esports off guard. They've done some slower default strategies throughout this half, and that time they just try and pick up the pace and and get into that A site very, very quickly, but it gets shut down. So they're back onto pistols once again, 3 smokes, some flashbangs as well. They're just going to try and get a plant, see what damage they can do, and this might actually go really well for him. Hades is the sole defender at the moment.
Yeah, and he's very aggressively pushed up towards the A ramp as well, so he doesn't really have much cover to fall back into, and they're going to go ahead and drop those smokes over the top, and Hades, what do you got for us? He's going to be able to find one, spraying wildly, but Shroud with a double dink takes him down, and now the rotation is on. You can see they've already got one here from Connector. It's going to be the auto sniper, and Elsa's going to be able to find one. They don't realize that a player has run behind him, but Wabbit's going to be the one to take him down, and Ocean cleans it up with the assist from Elsa, doing a lot of damage with that auto sniper, and 10 rounds now for Follow Esports, so it's still close, and we might see a double save from Cloud9 as they don't have enough money to put the AWP in Skadoodle's hands, and they don't really have money for the AK buy, but Sean Garris is just going to go ahead and buy one up anyway. So it's going to be Galil's and the naked AWP from Skadoodle.
Yeah, glass cannon, so he does pick that up. But they're very limited on what they can do. They only have 3 smokes to work with throughout this round, so they do spread out one more time. Much like we've seen, they have a presence here. Skadoodle again over in the B halls. They boost one player up on a truck. Is Skadoodle going to win that? And he is. Of course he is. Bessie gets up there late. Skadoodle beats the pressure one more time. Oh, the nade and the molly. He gets stuck. The nade slows him down, and he's just standing in the fire. He burns alive, but this is giving space for Sean to creep up this ramp. He's got to clear out Hades from underneath the balcony, and he's not going to do it. He does spot him quickly. Nothing trades it off. It's down to a 2-on-3, but the bomb is down in mid. That's so unfortunate, and that might just spell the round for Cloud9 as Wabbit's pushed up one more time for control.
Yeah, he's gone up mid almost, I think, 4 or 5 rounds in a row now, and this time it finally pays off. He's able to catch Freakazoid with the bomb in mid and able to get that early pick. So it is going to be a man advantage for Follow Esports. Now they just have to hold this bomb control, and I don't know if they've realized this, but Shroud is actually in the B halls. He might be able to catch the back of Wabbit. As, nope, he's going to drop that smoke down. He's going to go for the peek, and Wabbit punishes him. Nothing does manage to pick off Elsa. And now he's going to go to a little bit of a battle here. Nothing. Down to 13 HP. The flashbang around the corner is going to fully blind him. Ocean not really going for the peek just yet. Going to spot his head, but nothing hits a ripper and takes him down. But they got to know that he's low. And here should come the peek from Wabbit. Does manage to take him down. So 11 rounds now for Follow Esports. And they've rattled off 3 in a row. And they're keeping that money down on Cloud9's side. So, again, it's going to be another save. We should see a 12th round for Follow Esports here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Throughout this losing streak, we haven't seen any plants out of Cloud9. So, I mean, they won 5 straight, and now Follow Esports once again made the adjustment. I mean, this is kind of the same story as the first half. The only issue is Follow Esports not able to get out to a hot start, or else, I mean, this match could be a little bit more in their favor. So, at least they prevented the plants. That's what's forcing Cloud9 onto some of these half-buys and this full-blown eco we're seeing right now, but pressure put over towards B. Wabbit gets a little bit antsy and falls back from a definite committal peak that he was going to take.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Would have had a lot of pistols in his face here very shortly, too.
Yeah, but this is Cloud9 once again. You know, they made a presence, and now they're just staying there. They might have heard Ocean sneaking up, and do they suspect this? The flashes come out. Ocean's not blind whatsoever. This should be a mowdown for him. He gets that first one, keeps spraying, but he can't find anything after that. Thankfully, Wabbit saves his life, but he does fall eventually.
Nice shots from Wabbit, though, going to bail his teammates out, and he's going to be able to find 2. The last one alive is going to be Skadoodle, and Elsa cleans that one up. So a little overzealous there from Ocean, but he did a lot of damage, and unfortunately his teammate wasn't there just in time. But we do see Follow Esports picking up another round, and that will be a 12th for them. So they are moving forward, and they are cleaning up a lot of these rounds and making this a close matchup. Cloud9 still 1 away from winning this, but Follow Esports 4 rounds in a row. They got to really be careful now because Cloud9 is going to start getting into that infinite money, and they should be able to buy for the rest of the half regardless. Naked off for Skadoodle again.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's been successful at getting them some picks in these rounds, so this time they're going to come out mid. Wabbit was posted with the AWP and connector, but he gets forced back, but still there's a little bit of a triangle of doom. Elsa's got to fall back. He throws a molly to stop him, and there's the AWP from Wabbit. Takes out Shroud. Freakazoid runs right through the fire, but gets mowed down. So this hit, all of a sudden, is pretty much stalled out as Ocean grabs one more.
Yeah, and it's all on Skadoodle, that glass cannon AWP up there in the B halls, but what can he really do here? It's 1v5. There's not much, and it all happened in the first 20, 30 seconds of the round. Skadoodle creeping around the smoke, looking for Ocean. Ocean's still in the same position that he was the last round, but Skadoodle surely doesn't know that he's up here, and there you go. Now they know. There's the peek from Ocean, takes him down, and that is going to be another round on the board here. 13 for Follow Esports, so they're still alive in this one, but we should see a force up here from Cloud9, I would expect, unless, well, it looks like they're going to go for a save here and play for the final round.
They have the full losing bonus in their way, so they're just going to invest some upgraded pistols, some utility, some armor. You know, even if they're around $2,000, it doesn't matter. Full money bonus is going to be able to give them a really strong buy into the next round. So this is just to see if maybe they can sneak a win off. Maybe they can get a plant that'll help them out. Maybe they can do some damage. But either way, they haven't done enough damage in these past few rounds to really have that matter, because the economy for Follow Esports is strong enough. They're going to have whatever they want next round. And look at this. Aggressive play down A ramp to peer over a crack in the smoke. That's Desi, of course it is. And he's going to pop flash himself through. Nope, he's just going to throw the flash and fall back.
Not a bad play there. It would have been a blender if he would have run on through that. So playing this one intelligently. Should get a pop flash here from a teammate into the B halls, or the palace halls. He's going to be able to spot one out. That's Skadoodle with the bomb, and Freakazoid around the corner. Desi's going to spot him out as well. Commits to the fight and takes him down also. So there's your opening 2 kills, and this should be a cleanup here from Follow Esports, as Wabbit going to pick up a pair himself, and Desi going to chime in with a third. So a nice round there again from Desi, 14-15. Follow Esports looking to take this one to OT. And it's not over yet. Cloud9 now going to be on the bye. And we're looking at our best matchup so far this evening, and it's kind of an unlikely one.
Yeah, well, the story for this comeback really in the second half, and especially these last 6 rounds straight that Follow Esports has got, has been, I mean, Desi obviously playing really, really well in this matchup with 27 kills, but it's Wabbit coming alive, you know, to be his right-hand man. He's catching up in frags with 25. He's been a beast with this AWP, and they've just been shutting Cloud9 down everywhere they go. And now look at this play. Wabbit gets that pick on Shroud, but Desi, I mean, this is the gamble play he's known for, and this one might just pay off huge for them, because he's pushed up underpass, he's go up the stairs, he sees nothing over at the B tunnels, B players start to rotate, and he could even just knife Skadoodle. Like, Skadoodle's just dead if nothing doesn't come back and catch this.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing is barreling on through T-spawn, and Desi hears him, so he's going to bide his time even longer. He's going to be able to take the pick on one, takes the pick on the second one. Can he get nothing as well? No, nothing is going to be able to take him down, but the damage has been done. Sean Garris finds Elsa, but it's nothing in a 1v3, and we're looking at OT, baby. This is an exciting matchup. It's definitely been a huge comeback from Follow Esports in this second half. They were down, I believe it was, what, 15 to, I mean, they've rattled off 6 rounds in a row, so they were down 15-8 at one point, and they have brought this one right back. Looking for OT, 40 seconds in the round. Nothing's going to pick up the trusty AK and see if he can't clutch it out. Some shades of his 1.6 past if he can make this one happen, and he's going to barrel on up Cat, but all the way in the backside of that site again is going to be Ocean trying to shut this one down. And he should be able to hear nothing working his way up in towards the bomb site, and nothing going to just straight away go for the plant. And an easy pick for Ocean. We're going to OT, baby.
Yeah, I mean, just sick play from Desi. I mean, that opening pick gives him the gap he needs. And that setup from Cloud9 to just go up those stairs, and he had so much space, and beautiful flank from him. So that risk pays off for Desi, obviously. And him and Wabbit put together a great half to force overtime. And Cloud9, and part of it was in the middle stretch, there were a couple of those rounds where we thought that Cloud9 was going to be saving, and they just came out in 4 spot. But they had a lot of rounds to toy with and just couldn't do enough damage throughout the later stages of that half.
And I mean, just an incredible poise from Follow Esports. I mean, they had to save 8 match points or 7 match points there, and they did just that. So they've kept themselves alive in this matchup, 15-15. The magic number that you're looking for is going to be 19 in order to close this match out. We play MR3, $10,000 for OT. So, and they stay on the side that they're on. So we will see Follow Esports starting on the CT side for this first half of OT once they all decide to ready up and get this one underway. Probably taking a little bit of time to talk things over here on the Cloud9 side. And rightfully so, because they kind of got stumped here on their terrorist side.
Oh, not even kinda. They're like not even kind of whatsoever. Follow Esports rattle off 7 straight to tie that up, and that's the thing. I mentioned it. If Follow Esports, you know, both halves, they just go down by like 5 or 6 rounds, and they make comebacks at the end of the half. But like, they don't need to make that adjustment. If they keep it competitive for the first half of each half, then I mean they're sitting pretty. They might have even won this match. So I mean, some great, beautiful mid-match adjustments are made by them, and on the terrace and CT side, but. Yeah, you got to say, I mean, Cloud9 struggled very much on their T side. Not a lot of variety being thrown at Follow Esports throughout that losing streak.
So again, we're going to be seeing this one live up. Follow Esports going to be on the CT side, all tied up 15-15, first half of OT. And like I said, that magic number is 19. First team to get to that in overtime. Number 1 is going to be your champion of this matchup. We can already see Skadoodle going to be invested into that AWP. Wabbit again up on his back. He's 26-18. He's caught up to Desi. who's sitting at 29 kills, 20 deaths. And Shroud, again, at the end of that first half, he had 18 or 19 kills. So second half, he was basically silent. They stumped him. He had no answer for what they were doing on the CT side. And again, Wabbit getting aggressive here in connectors, going to find the opening pick on the Freakazoid, drops him. And Desi again going to find nothing. These two have stepped their game up in this second half, moving forward into OT. And it's just a beautiful thing. Wabbit again, Sean Garris down. Wabbit looking for another one as they encroach upon connector. Hades goes down though. Shroud finds a nice shot. Skadoodle's going to be able to chime in with another one. And let's see this Wabbit. He's going to take the peek, but no. Not going to be able to find the corner of their body right now, and they are going to go for the boost up into window room, so this is going to be a little bit of a risky play here from Cloud9 as Wabbit, he's coming around the corner. He doesn't realize that Shroud has actually been boosted up. Shroud trying to work this smoke. Wabbit, he might have an idea that he's going to be right around the corner, and he's got to hit this shot. He's got to get the 3K here. And I'm just watching from Wabbit's POV, and there it is. There's the peek from Shroud, and Wabbit capitalizes. It's all down to Skadoodle with only 7 HP. Going to miss the shot there on a Desi, and they know that he's going to be in the top side of mid.
That's unfortunate with Shroud in that spot. I mean, the angle still favors the offer. Skadoodle misses a dropping shot on Desi. And now he gets through with only 7 HP. It's a jumping shot. And Desi and Wabbit continue. All 5 kills in that round were done by those 2 players. 2 for Desi, 3 for Wabbit. Cloud9 still no answer. It's amazing that with Skadoodle on your team, you have one of the best offers in the world. And you're getting out destroyed by Wabbit with his own op.
Yeah, and I mean, just huge individual performances from both Desi and Wabbit to keep themselves in this matchup. And FOLLOWeSPORTS, this is the first time in this entire matchup that they've had the lead, and it comes in the first half of OT.
Yeah, well, this just what extends their round win on CT side to like 8 straight, I think it is.
8 in a row now. Yep, 8 in a row. So Cloud9, they're just stumped on their T side. They're getting shut down in every avenue of attack. They went for that mid control early in that second half, and it paid off for them as they were able to pick up the first 5 rounds of the second half. But ever since then, they only got 1 out of the remaining rounds. So huge stuff coming out from the FOLLOWeSPORTS side. They are going to go for a little bit of cat control, but again, it's going to be Wabbit over here to try to shut things down. And if he takes a blind shot through this smoke, he might be able to find a little bit of success. But this is the first time that we've actually seen Cloud9 work their way up cat, and they're going to catch Desi. They take him down, but Ocean's in a great position here. Do they clear the angle? They're going to work their way in, but he's going to be able to find one. Digs down Freakazoid. He does the damage, not able to get the kill, but Elsa's there for the trade, and we're back to a 3v3. The bomb has been dropped in the bomb site, and now the peek comes out. Shroud, nice shot from him, does take down Elsa, so this is the best looking round that we've seen out of Cloud9 in a very long time.
They've got to boost up to get the bomb. It's on top of the box, and this is wasting valuable time. Sean still can't find it. Now he sees it on top, but he can't grab it. He needs someone to come into the site. This is heartbreaking to watch. And they still can't get the boost right. Another Molotov comes in and delayed just even longer, so FOLLOWeSPORTS, rotation is fully on. Still, though, at a disadvantage in a 2-on-3. Hades coming out of the market. Skadoodle legs him. He spots him just at the last second. Shroud's blind, but there's Skadoodle onto Wabbit. And now all that's left is for Hades to get cleaned up. Skadoodle grabs both of them. And a crucial round to win for Cloud9. They finally stopped that win streak. 16-16 now.
Yeah, but is it going to be enough as we move forward? Can FOLLOWeSPORTS pull this one out in this first half of OT? This is the final round, so the number is 18 that we're looking for, and first team, one of these two teams is going to have 17 in the second half of OT. Which one's it going to be right now? Can Desi step it up again? Can Wabbit find the success with the AWP? He's going to have the up again. And this time he's going to be playing from the triple boxes in the A bomb site. Not going to be able to find anything over in that direction at the beginning of this round, but the bomb, the top side of mid, all by its lonesome. Skadoodle's going to be there to join up. It is Freakazoid trying to find something over in that avenue, but not a lot of success coming the way of that mid control, with the exception of last round where they did take it up cat and found a Desi with a nade out.
Oh, this time Desi's just chosen to push Palace, and he sees there's nothing in Palace, so he can be pretty sure there's not going to be an A hit. That's why you see Hades kind of cheating over. He's in CT spawn, watching for anyone to cross who got boosted into window. But it's going to all come down to Wabbit with this AWP. Are they going to smoke him off? Because last time when they did and they don't, and that's a jumping Freakazoid, he drops the bomb. That's in connector. Now they have to get that, and they have to be worried about that AWP that's zoned in on that position.
Yeah, but now it's zoned in on a nothing there at A ramp, but He's not moving an inch just yet. He's just waiting for Wabbit to make a mistake and peek wide onto that triple box, but Wabbit holding intelligently right from where he's at. And Desi, with this position that he's got in Palace, is going to be able to lurk out and maybe find a lot of damage onto these players as they try to make their way up into the A bomb site. Wabbit still not giving an inch. He's going to go for the peek, and he hits the headshot onto Sean Garris. Looking for another one onto nothing, but he's not going to be able to find that. And now Desi, he's pushed a little bit too far through Palace. They're going to find a little bit of A control, but Hades coming around from CT spawn. But this is going to be a beautiful flank from Desi if he's able to execute this one well. Hades is going to find Skadoodle, takes him down. They finally pick up the bomb over there in Connector, and there it is. Desi going to be able to find that, drops him 7 seconds, 6 seconds. It's ticking away, but it doesn't matter. Desi's going to be able to lock it down. Nothing goes down, and 17-16. Follow Esports take the lead into the second half of OT.
Yeah, and this is just Cloud9 I mean, in the mid-round that time, they just looked lost. They didn't really know what they could do. They got stopped. Wabbit gets that first kill, and they burned 30 seconds doing virtually nothing in middle, just watching for pushes. So this is Cloud9 that on other maps, you could tell they just have issues on Mirage at the moment, because on other maps, they're much more decisive in the mid-round decision calling. And this time, they just kind of stall out. So Follow Esports takes advantage. They're now back onto the CT side, and this is where Cloud9, to start regulation, went on a tear of like 6 straight. They were up like 6 or 7-1 at one point. So
yeah, I think 8-2 is the turning point in that first half when it finally came back to 8-6, and then Cloud9 was able to close out the final round of that first half, and then it was all Cloud9 at the beginning, 5 rounds in a row when they got onto their terrorist side. And then Follow Esports doubled up a trade of rounds, and then it was all Follow Esports for 8 straight rounds to save 7 match points and get the first round at OT. So Follow Esports 2 for 1 in their first half of OT. Can they get the first round of OT number 2? As they're looking for that magic number 19.
And look at this, just to harken back to the opening that Cloud9 had on their CT side as well. A huge 4-man stack over towards the A bomb site, heavily prepared for a team. And this is going to be a fake. The bomb's over in the B hall, so they're going to throw the A execute smokes, and 1 or 2 players from this A hit are just going to run back into those B tunnels to join up with Hades, who has the bomb with them. So they're going to try and fake Cloud9 out, but Skadoodle's going to be there with his AWP, and he's more than likely not going to move until either kills come out, like 2 kills fall the way of Follow Esports, or the bomb is spotted. So this is actually an ideal situation for Cloud9.
All right, and again, like you said, they're going to fall a couple of players off right now. Wabbit's actually working his way back towards terrorist spawn, maybe going to go for a little bit of mid-controller, join his teammate Hades in the B-bomb site, and it's a double-op setup here for the first time that we've seen out of Cloud9. Sean Garris going to buy the op, and he's very heavily invested. You can see he's down to 2450 on the money situation, but he hasn't had much luck rifling in this matchup, maybe favoring the double-op in the overtime. And it's going to be Skadoodle. Look at this aggressive angle that he has, and he jumps out, and actually he's on the rotation, so they should be able to get a plant into the B-bomb site, and this is going to be a very dangerous situation for Cloud9 to be in. They bite on this hook, line, and sinker. Skadoodle aggressive on catwalk. They're not going to find anything. They're wasting a lot of nades over here in the A-bomb site. Still waiting for the opening picks to come out as that bomb slowly creeping up through the B halls. This is a great read from Follow Esports. Skadoodle finds one Shroud as well, but the trades are coming out. Elsa finds himself in Connector over by the jungle, but the bomb in the B-bomb site, and this is beautiful from Follow Esports. They don't have the man advantage, but they've got a ton of time to set up for this retake.
Yeah, and Sean, they did have that double op setup, and Wabbit's got his eyes on the window, but Sean actually drops his AWP to make this retake a little bit more favorable to Cloud9. 3-on-2, but Wabbit gets that pick. He hasn't missed a shot. Drops 1, so down to a 2-on-2. Hades over in halls. He's going to spot both of them. He takes out Skadoodle. Getting spammed. That's Shroud in a 1-on-1 now, but the bomb's been ticked so low, Shroud really doesn't have time to do anything but just stick this. It's going to be an easy win for Hades. Nice fake from Follow Esports.
And talking about players who have been stepping up, Hades going into the second half, I think a number of rounds into the second half was only at 5 kills. He's really picked up the pace now to join back up with the rest of his teammates. But again, the storyline right now is Desi and Wabbit sitting at 33 and 32 kills respectively. And I mean, Cloud9, they just haven't had an answer. And we're on match point right now. Cloud9's got to save themselves 2 match points. And it's going to be on a very tough buy right now. As you can see, it's just going to be a fast push up towards the A-bomb site. Hades going to be able to trade out Shroud. And Wabbit, he's poised with this AWP, ready to rock and roll. He's going to be looking for one over by Ticket Booth, and he's going to get it. He just doesn't miss right now. He is on fire. Desi's going to find one. This could be it. Could Follow Esports take this map. Ocean's going to bring it down into a 1 versus 3. It's going to be on Sean Garrison. They don't get it done. Big Daddy OD going to clean up the last 2 kills, and that is going to be Follow Esports taking down Cloud9 on Mirage. What a match. What a comeback.
Yeah, a huge comeback from a massive underdog to be down. What did we say? It was like 15-8 or 14-8, something like that, and they still made the or 14-8, and then still made the comeback happen and into overtime. And then, I mean, they just looked excellent from a certain point. It was like a flip got switched, and it was a completely new team, and they just dominated Cloud9 to end that match. Very well done for Follow Esports, for sure.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from them. Like you said, they saved 7 match points, got the advantage going into the first OT, were able to capitalize in their CT half with the success that they had late in that second half of regulation and get that round advantage, and then they were just able to finally close it out on their T side, something that they had struggled on early in that first half. So kudos to Follow Esports. They win a big upset over Cloud9 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Desi really carries them through a stretch of that match, but it was Wabbit that brought him over the finish line there at the end. I mean, he just went nuts there and just wasn't missing a shot. But I believe we're going to take a very, very quick break because the other match is going to be starting any minute. So we're going to get what kind of a break we can, and then we'll be right back with the last match of the evening.